I'm going to pick any brush at random. While I talk about the brush, what the name, what it does, I'm going to like show you how it works on the face, how it's done, and how it's used on the face. So I'll pick any brush at random and I'll do my makeup with it. So I don't know how this makeup is going to turn out since I'm picking random brushes, but that's why I said it's going to be chaotic. But let's see how it's going to be. Hey buddies, welcome back to this channel. My name is Sheila. If you're a returning viewer, I'm so glad you're here and you're sticking with me through this journey. And if you're a new subscriber or you're a new viewer, stay with me to the end of this video and I bet you're gonna enjoy it. Today we're gonna be talking about our makeup brushes. This video is specifically good for beginners who don't know their makeup product, especially their brushes, which we're gonna be talking about in today's video. I got this set of brush, was it 2021? I think so. 2020, 2021. I've been using it. As you can see, my brushes are dirty right now. Don't judge me, okay? I wanted to finish this video first, then go ahead and wash them. I want to do a deep cleanse, like clean it thoroughly and very okay. So after this video, expect a video on how to take care of your makeup brushes, how to clean it, and how to deep cleanse it. Okay, that is from Avour Cosmetics. It's a very lush and soft brush. No matter how I use this brush, let's say I don't have the time like right now to maintain it, to keep it clean, it always remains soft. Look at, even as it's dirty, it's still soft. I have 16 brushes right here and I'm going to be picking brush at random and doing my makeup with it. Okay, so first, what should we start with? What should we start with? Pick. I think I'll start with, I don't know if you can see this clearly. This is called the blush brush. How can you know your blush brush? It's usually round. You can see the mouth. I don't know if you can see this very clearly. It is usually round and it's looking like a bit like a cup but rounded. It's not slanted in any way. It's round, it's small, and it's, how can I explain this thing? Just look at it, observe it very well. This is what we call a blush brush. Your blush is usually applied on your cheeks. It's usually applied on your, so that when you apply on your cheeks, it easily just enters. It just enters and just gives it like a light finish. Like the product, when you take your blush and you apply on your face, the product is not really, it just gives like a very light appearance. Said I'll be doing my makeup while we are doing this um tutorial, right? So hey guys, I'm so sorry. God. So I actually thought I was recording all this while. As you can see, I've done two brushes already. I've done blush, I've done flat eyeshadow brush because I actually thought my phone has been recording. I'm just discovering now that it wasn't recording. So let's just go. But I'm not going to do all these things again because I already did them. Like I was saying, when you apply your blush on your face, it gives like a light finish. The product, when you take the product you apply, it just gives like a flush, I mean like a light appearance. As you can see, I already applied the blush on my cheeks with this one. It's light, it's not like really shouting. My blush powder is finished right now and I've not bothered to buy because I've been using my lipstick as my blush. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to be using my eyeshadow. So I'm taking the pink blush. Usually fair people like myself, it's preferable to use pink blush, while for dark skin it's preferred to use red because it just like complements the skin complexions like that. So I'm going to take in this pink blush and I'll apply it. This is how you apply it, by tapping into your skin like this. So there are two ways to apply this. You can take your product and tap into your skin like this on the ample of your cheeks. Now when you smile like this puff puff thing here is what you call ample of your cheeks. Okay, so when you smile, you tap into your skin like this. That is one way, and you are tapping upward, like you're going towards like this, your hairline like this, tapping upwards. That is one way to apply your blush. I'm looking here because my mirror is here. So this is one way to apply your blush. The other way is by spreading it like this. Now this brush is a, the tip, you see all these places that are colored, usually when you apply, when you are using them, it doesn't pass this light brown side. Your products don't pass all those places to the inside of your brush. They are just laying around here. So when you take your blush, when you use your brush to take your blush, it is at the tip of this thing, so there's no need for you to press it into your skin or do it like this, like this. If you are to move it across your face, you just slightly spread it like this, like you are doing, like you are rubbing a skin. You are rubbing your hand on the skin very lightly, and it will just follow you. It will just follow you on the ample of your cheeks. Like I said again, if you don't know how to get that correctly, you can smile and just spread it. See how it looks. Okay, so this one I did it by tapping, and this one I did by spreading. It's the same thing. It's really the same thing though, but I prefer to tap into my skin. I feel that way it really goes in. Or whatever one you think is okay for you. Practice makes perfect, okay? So you can take your blush and spread it gently like this on your face. Just rub it across your face on the ample of your cheeks, or you can tap it in. You can tap it in. It's still the same thing. So that is for blush brush, okay? Hope when you see your blush brush next time, or you see blush brush anywhere, you'll be able to tell that, oh, this is a blush brush, and you know what it does, okay? You can also use your blush brush to apply a powder. You can also be used, some of all these makeup brushes, they can be used for different things, but usually when you buy them, there are specific things are what it is used for. Just like how this blush brush is used for blush, but you can also use it for powder. Okay, you can use this to apply your powder. Let's say you are going out, you just take it along with you instead of carrying blush brush, carrying powder brush. You can take one brush for just your powder and your blush, and you still do the same thing. The next brush I talked about is the flat eyeshadow brush. Now I said what this brush does is it enables you to apply your eyeshadow, like to create a smooth and like almost like laying the foundation of the eyeshadow. Used for creating a smooth base for your eyeshadow. I hope you can see this very clearly. It is flat and kind of fluffy. When I say fluffy, it's a bit full. It's flat and fluffy. And it has like a pointed mouth at the tip. It has like a pointed mouth at the tip. Now, why this brush is very good for eyeshadows, because it's easy for you to carry product and it just follows you. Mostly for like making your eyeshadow sit on your eyes. Now, if you want to apply your eyeshadow, I don't know how to explain this to you, so I'm just going to show you so that you understand what I'm saying. If you want to apply your eyeshadow, it's good to start with an eyeshadow primer. Excuse me. It's good to start with an eyeshadow primer. This one is from Avour, Avour Cosmetics. Like I said, I've been using Avour since 2021. I have the eyeshadow, I have eyeshadow primer. This eyeshadow primer, the reason why you can't miss eyeshadow primer when you're doing your makeup is that it creates a very good consistency for your makeup. So let's take for example, now this is our eyeshadow, flat eyeshadow brush. I'm trying to show you how this works. Okay, so I already explained that before my video went off. I didn't even know I was not recording all this while with these two eyes. The first thing I did, I took my eyeshadow primer. This eyeshadow primer is more like a base. Let's just call it the foundation of your eyes. The same way you have foundation of your skin, eyeshadow primer is foundation of your eyes. If you want to apply eyeshadows, it makes your eyeshadow stay, and it doesn't, and it makes the color pop. It makes the color pop. So I did an example with this eye and this eye. So the first thing I did for this eye is I took another brush and I took my eyeshadow primer and I applied it on this part of my eye. I'm going to show you with my hand since I already did these two eyes completely. I'm going to show you with my hand. So I applied my eyeshadow primer on my eyes, on this eye, and this is what it is. Now I'm going to take my flat eyeshadow brush. This is good for creating a good base for your eyeshadow. I'm going to take my eyeshadow brush. I decided to go with color blue because I said I like blue, and I don't know how it's going to come out because I'm wearing orange. I'm going to take the color blue, just gently tap it on your eyeshadow, and see why I said this brush is very good for creating an eyeshadow base. That simple tap we did just now, everything is on the brush, nothing is spreading out. Normally, if you take a normal eyeshadow brush, I have another eyeshadow brush here. If you take this, it will stay, but there's a chance that some of them will fall off. But this particular flat eyeshadow brush is very good for holding products. It will hold your product very well until you put it on your eyes. It will hold your product very well until you put it on your eyes. And when you are putting it on your eyes and you are using an eyeshadow primer, it is not going to fall off. Your products are not going to be wasted, or eyeshadow is like dust. So the good thing about eyeshadow primer is that when you use an eyeshadow primer, this dust doesn't fly away no matter what. So once you put your eyeshadow on your flat eyeshadow brush and you put it on your primer, I hope you're seeing this clearly. It sits on it. It sits on it. And it will make the color come out very well. To make the color come out very well. Let me just do it so that you see. to make the color come out very well, very clear and clean. So this is what it looks like when you use an eyeshadow primer. It is very blue, right? Very blue. Now I just applied very little product on this. So now imagine going two times, three times with your eyeshadow, two times, three times with your eyeshadow and applying on it. You just want to like put it and tap it on your eyes like this. So what I did after I applied my eyeshadow primer, I took my eyeshadow and I gently tap it on places where I applied my eyeshadow primer. You can see how thick it is, how the color is very pronounced. That is the work of an eyeshadow primer. Now, the other thing I did on this eye, I first of all went in without eyeshadow primer. I'm going to show you my hands since I already did it in that eyes and you didn't get to see it. So here I'm not going to apply an eyeshadow primer, and I've taken my eyeshadow already, the same color, and I'm going to apply it on my skin so that you see the difference what I'm trying to say. I'm going to apply it. You see the very huge difference. In fact, it will even start giving you another color entirely because you don't have an eyeshadow base. Look at, I'll take another one. It's not, this is what it looks like, the first one. This is what it looks like. First color. This is what it looks like. Very dull. In fact, it's looking like purple. It's not looking like blue, it's looking like purple. But I've taken another eyeshadow and I'm applying again. In fact, this is very frustrating. You cannot apply your eyeshadow without an eyeshadow base. Except you plan to do a very light eyeshadow, you don't want something very shouty, that's fine. But you cannot apply, if you really want a good and successful eyeshadow look, you cannot apply without an eyeshadow base. See the difference. This is with eyeshadow primer, this is without eyeshadow primer. So you tell me the one that's better. For me, I will go for this. Except I don't really want my eyeshadow to pop, then I'll go for this. But if I really want my eyeshadow to come out very well, I'll go for this. And this one stays longer. And so this is it for flat eyeshadow brush. I hope when you see this somewhere, you are able to know the usefulness and you are able to know what it does. This is basically for eyeshadow. We are going to move over to the next brush, and that will be, what should I pick next? Um, let's just go for foundation brush. Let's go for foundation brush. For foundation brush, they have different kind of foundation brush. Now I have two foundation brushes here. It depends on the kind of foundation you are using. This is a foundation brush. This one has a flat base. It's not round, it's flat on the tip, and it's kind of wide, like it's spreading. This is a foundation brush, and this is also a foundation brush. These two are foundation brushes. Not all foundation works with this brush, and not all foundation works with this brush. These brushes are used for foundation only, but this one in particular can also be used for other things. Myself personally, I use this to apply like my primer on my face. You can use this to apply anything liquid on your face that you want to like spread on your face. I'm going to show you. So you can use this to apply primer, you can use it to apply sweat block, and then your foundation. This one specifically is for only foundation, for spreading out your foundation. You can also use this to spread your foundation, but I prefer to use this to carry my foundation and apply around my face. And I go in with my beauty blender or with this one to spread it round. So I'm going to show you. This product is from Zaron. It's used for oil block, to block oil production, and it gives a matte finish to your makeup. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this and apply this sweat block or oil block around the areas where I produce more oils on my face, and that will be the middle of my face. So usually I produce oil. I think everybody usually produces oil here, 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 and here. So I'm taking this brush. You can see this brush is good because you just easily spread the product out for you on your face without stress. You just put it in and spread it. See? You can also do this with foundation. Not so funny. An actual clown because it's dried already. So I just applied this oil block on the areas where I create more oil and sweat on my face using a foundation brush. So now I'm also going to take this foundation brush and apply my foundation. So this is my foundation. This foundation is from Avour. It's almost finished set. In fact, let's just say almost everything I'm using here is from Avour today. It's almost finished and it's also very good. Time. So I'm just gonna take this one and put on my brush and apply on my face. Okay. Now you know I already applied my blush before, so this is going to cover my blush sadly. Or maybe I'll apply it again later. And you just spread it out on your skin. Just spread it out. Look at. See what I'm doing? Every time I think. Can you see this? Can you see how it's spreading? Can you see how it's spreading? My mirror is here, so I have to look here to see what I'm doing. If not, I don't know. I'm trying as much so that my blush doesn't totally disappear. I don't know if you can still see it. It's still looking like a faint color there. But I know it's covered already. You still add as we are going down. So, see this? It's very clean, I tell you. So even if, like I said, these two brushes are foundation brushes, but it depends on the kind of product you are using and how you want your foundation to come out. Like see this one now, I just easily spray and it just entered once. It doesn't even stress you because as you are using it, it's flat and it's easy for you to spread the product around your face. See how finished it looks. Some people prefer to use beauty blender to apply foundation, but brush are also as good as foundation brushes are also as good as beauty blenders. Are also as good as beauty blenders. It all depends on your preference. So I'm going to use this one to spread on this side so that you tell me the difference and which one you think you prefer. So for this particular one, for this one, I was like doing it like this, like gently spreading it out on my skin like this, like this. But for this one, let's see how we're going to use it here. So for this one, you tap it and move it, tap it, tap it and move. You're not pressing it on your skin and moving it, tapping it and moving it. For me personally, I find that the other brush is easier to use than this one. This particular one, you have to like be good at your makeup game to use it. So I'm taking another foundation. And another thing, this brush eats foundation more than this one. This one eats your products more than this one. I applied the same amount of foundation here and here, but this one I only went once with this brush and everywhere around here is covered. But this one, I've taken another layer now. I just spread the foundation here so I don't waste my foundation. Okay, you tap it and move it, tap it and move it. That's how you use this one. Unlike the other one where you just move it across your face, this one you tap it and move it. So you are going to tell me the difference between these two brushes now. I'm sure you can see it. You can see it, no? So it all depends on your on your product and how you like your makeup to come out. So tell me, what's the difference you are noticing between these two? This one for here and this one for here. Notice that here is more thicker. This one ate my product, of course, because I applied twice. Here is a lot thicker than here. So that's the difference between these two brushes. So they are both good, they do the same thing, both foundation brushes, but they give different effects. And this one eats more product than this one. But at the same time, this one will give you a more full coverage than this one will give you full coverage. Except of course you want to apply more product here completely cover up your face, but it does the same thing. Okay, if you're a beginner, preferably I'll suggest this brush for you if you're applying foundation, or simply use a beauty blender, this one or a beauty blender, so that you can know your way around it first. Then you can then advance to this one because this one requires more technique. I'm going to go ahead and cover up my full face and move to the next brush. So this angled brush you see right here is for eyeshadow also. So the first eyeshadow brush we used was the flat eyeshadow brush, And that one we said we can use it to create a base, a good coverage base for the eyeshadow, which we did here. This one is also for eyeshadow, and this one is more like a crease brush. Now the purpose of this brush, like I said, is to work your way between this place I demarcated and the under of your eyes. So I don't really need a crease because I already applied this eyeshadow in the way I want it to be, but I'm just going to do it for the sake of this video so that you see how it works. Once you hear angled brush, it means it has a slanted mouth. So this is an angled brush and it's for the crease. With this one, with this brush, purpose of this crease is to make your eyes look deeper and to demarcate, like to demarcate your eyeshadow basically. I can only show you, but the explanation is beyond me actually. Bear with me. Ah, so this is the work of the crease brush. Do your eyeshadow correctly, you can have a tip, like a masking tape, and put on this place of your eye. Just put it here while you do your eyeshadow so that your eyeshadow doesn't spread and pass where it's supposed to be. I used to make that mistake when I was a beginner. If it's too difficult for you, you can as well open your eyes while you are doing this. Open your eyes. That way, when you open your eyes and it looks like your eyes demarcated, that's where you are putting your pencil in. I don't know, do you see? I hope you can see it though. Press the pencil there and move it. Just move it around and let it go around. I'm not supposed this thing I did with the blue, I'm not supposed to create a crease. I just wanted to like put it like that and going with eyeliners, but for the sake of the video, so I just hope I've not spoiled this now. See the way this is now? Yes, it's like that. If you the blending brush is good for creating shadows. It's good for creating shadows. Now you've applied your main eyeshadow, you've created your crease, but as you can see, the lines on the crease are still sharp. Like it's almost as if they just put it there. But the purpose of the blending brush is to create that shadowy look that will make it look like there is a dark hue around it. So I'm just going to show you. I'm sure you've seen pictures like that, makeup like that, but I'll just show you so that you understand me better. So as you can see here, as you can see on this eye, let's use this eye for example. The lines are still very sharp, so I'm going to blend this in. I'm going to create like a varnishing here with this blending brush. This blending brush, that's the work. That's basically the work to give you shadows. I have very small eyes, so that's why it's looking like my makeup is going up and above. I have extremely small eyes. So can you see this? Can you see this? So I'm basically blending this out now. What the difference between this one? You can see the shadows I created on top with the brush. So if you have bigger eyes, you will really enjoy this more because after you apply your eyeshadow in the middle, you use your blending brush to create a shadow that will just go to the upper part of your eyes a little bit, not too close to your eyebrows though. Mine is a bit too close to my eyebrows. Like I said, my eyes are small, but obviously you can see the difference between this one and this one. This one has that sharp line of my eyeshadow showing on top and it's not cool. You don't want your makeup to be looking that way. It's going to be looking so ghetto, kind of. You don't want your makeup looking like this, but you want it looking like this. This looks more natural, it looks more realistic than this one. The brush, the blending brush is just like your blush brush. Remember I said your blush brush is round and small, has a small cone mouth. That is how the blending brush is. So when you see your blending eyeshadow brush, I hope you are able to tell. Corrected these two eyes because it was going a bit overboard and to begin to look scary. The next brush we are going to be using is the concealer brush. Concealer brush also is almost like a flat brush, but let's say it's like a mini flat eyeshadow brush. So concealer brushes are usually firm, just like this one, usually firm and kind of pointed also. So this is for applying concealers. I really hope you can see this. Most of the time they all look alike. You really have to like study them repeatedly to really know which one is which one. They all look alike. So this is my concealer brush, but I'm going to bring my flat eyeshadow brush so that you see that they are almost the same thing. So we already did a flat eyeshadow brush before. This is a flat eyeshadow brush. You can see that they are almost the same thing. The only difference is that this is slightly fuller and bigger than this one. That is the only difference. So like I said, you really have to study them a lot to be able to get acquainted with them and to know which is which. And then again, all these brushes, as much as they come, they have their particular uses. They can also be used for other things too. So if you are going for a mini travel, you are going for a party, you don't have to pack your whole set of brushes. You once you've gotten to know your brushes really well, you know that, oh, you can use concealer brush for this too, you can use this brush for this too. So you can carry like just one or two brushes and use for multiple things. So for this concealer brush, we use concealer brush to apply concealers under the eyebrow. That's after drawing your eyebrow, you conceal your eyebrow, or you can use it to cover up things on your face that you don't want to be visible. So I'm gonna take this, use my concealer. It's almost finished sef. I'm going to use my concealer brush to apply my concealer. So you can apply your concealer with, they have different kind of concealers now. Those concealers that come with like, they have this type of concealers, so you don't necessarily use concealer brush to apply your concealer. And then they also have this type of concealer that comes like a stick, so you don't necessarily need your concealer brush to apply concealer as well. This concealer I'm with at this point, I need a brush for it. We're going to use this concealer brush and let's see how it's used. Okay, so you just use it to take your concealer, if you have this type of concealer, and you apply on the places you want to conceal. So let's say the purpose of a concealer is to cover spots. So we're going to go in with our concealer now, and you can also use your concealer after applying foundation. Still the same thing. So see where I'm applying this from concealer. I'm applying it upward like this because I want my face to appear slim. When you want your face to appear lifted, instead of your face going down like this, it's going up, giving it like a chiseled cheekbone and all that. You apply your concealer like this. So I've applied under my eyes here and here. And more reason why you should even do it like this, because we already applied our eyeshadow, and our eyeshadow is kind of like coming out of our eyes. So you want your eyeshadow to be in line. So it's also very good if you apply your concealer like this, so that your eyeshadow can stay in one place and look defined. See? See? I might died along the line, so I'm just going to continue this as a voiceover. So I'm going ahead and using my concealer brush to apply my concealers on the areas I need to highlight, which is my forehead, under my eyes, the bridge of my nose, under my nose, what they call that place, and the rest of it. I'm just going to apply this concealer on those areas. Those are the areas that you usually highlight for your face to pop. You can also use your concealer to highlight. Besides using the concealer to highlight spots on your face, dark spots and others, you can also use it to highlight your face. So that's what I'm doing right here. Then I'm going in with my beauty blender and gently tapping on those areas that I applied my concealer on. So you can do this with a brush. Some people do this with a brush. I don't So you can do this with a brush or use your beauty blender. I prefer to use beauty blenders because I feel like it just really does the work for me. So I'm gently tapping on those areas I applied my concealer to finish it all up and just let it go into my skin. So you just keep tapping on those areas that you highlighted. Notice how I'm tapping on the areas close to my eyeshadow because I want it to appear defined. So I'm trying as much as possible to do this so that I don't move the product into my eyeshadow that I already did. So I'm just tapping gently on those areas where I have my eyeshadow close. I'm just tapping on those areas where I have my product close to my eyeshadow to give it more definition and lifting. Now you don't want to rub this like you are rubbing your skin. Just you are tapping it in. Don't rub it in because if you rub it in, you are probably going to spoil your makeup. Okay. So notice how I'm tapping gently on those areas and just going up. I'm trying as much as possible not to let the product get into my eyes. So that's how you do that's how you blend in. The next brush we are looking at is the spoolie brush. This brush is used to tame your eyebrows and remove excess mascara from your eye. What I mean by tame your eyebrows, I'm sure you've seen some makeup artists where they use this brush, use an eyebrow gel, and they are like using it to brush on their eyebrow. Basically, this is done to put your eyebrows in place. This is done to put your eyebrows in place. You don't want to be drawing your eyebrow and your eyebrow is moving or scattering. And it's also doing this also makes it very easy for you to like draw your eyebrow, especially as a beginner. It's very good for you to tame your eyebrows first before drawing. That way it makes it very easy and smooth for you. You see all the lines, you see all the corners that you need to put your pencil in. So that's the work of the spoolie brush, to tame your eyebrow and also to remove excess mascara product from your eyes. Sometimes after applying your mascara you find out that there are clumps or lumps of products on your eyes. So you can take your spoolie brush after doing that and gently spoon it out to take away those excess products. So that's the work of this particular brush. But I don't have mine right now. So what I'm going to be using, I'll be using my spoolie brush from my eyebrow tint. The eyebrow tint is basically like a alternative for eye pencil. So if you don't want to use eye pencil, you can use a brow tint, which is the one I'm holding right here. It has something like a spoolie inside. So I'm going to use this spoolie from it to show you how to use this spoolie for your eyebrow. So I'm gently taking it and I'm swiping it. It's kind of, it kind of has color inside. So I'll just gently take this and I'll swap this on my eyebrow. You can see how it's bringing out the lines. You can use this in place of eye pencil, but you have to know how to use it very well. So I'm gently spooning this thing. I'm gently spooning my eyebrow to let that color stay in and to give it like a natural look on it. You can see how it's already forming. You can see how it's already forming. So you just want to like brush it, and it's good to really do this if your eyebrows are already carved. It just makes it very easy for you, especially as a beginner. Except of course you like to have your eyebrows full, then no problem. You can work it another different way. But I like my eyebrows to be carved. It makes it very easy for me to draw. As you can see, it's already forming and it just has a very natural look. It looks scanty, it doesn't look too shouty and stuff. Look at this. That is the work of your spoolie for taming your eyebrow. So if I had my real spoolie brush with me, I will take my gel and I will take some part of this and I will use my spoolie brush and apply it on my eyebrow and allow it to dry before I do any of this other process like putting my pencil or my eyebrow tints, because it just makes it easy for the products to stay and it doesn't scatter afterwards. But since I don't have that, I'm doing this is still fine. You can see how it's forming, you can see how clean it looks. The color is already there, so it's just basically for me to just use it and use it very well. That's the work of this pulley brush. So after doing your eyebrows, you can as well take the brush, like I said, and use it to remove excess products of mascara from your eyes. This pulley brush has done its work, but I'm just going to use my pencil, my sharp pencil, to create a more defined look for my eyes. So I'm taking my pencil and I'm touching those top areas of my eyes that seem like it doesn't have definition or lines to it. Because really, when you have that line from your eye pencil, it makes it more clearer and makes it a lot more finer, so to say. So I'm just going to fill in the top area of my eyebrow just so that we have more definition. And as you can see now, there's a difference between this one and this other one I've not touched. So I'll just gently do this other side the same way. I'm not putting this pencil back in the places I already used my tints on. I'm just using it for the top that doesn't have that definition, and so that it will look more pretty. So here I'm taking my concealer brush again and I'm concealing the whole of my brow. Remember I said the concealer brush can also be used for concealing your brow or concealing basically means correcting. So anything that is out of shape, anything that is out of size, you can use your concealer brush to conceal. So I'm just using my concealer brush to create more definition for my eyes, and in a way to also separate my eyeshadow from my eyebrow, to give you that separation. It just kind of brings out the whole look too. So I'll just conceal the both parts, and you can see how this side is from the other place. It's very different. So you just want to like conceal those area with your concealer brush and have that finished look. You can see how clean this eyebrow looks. And to think I didn't even use my eye pencil here, just my brow tint with this pulley brush. See how clean it looks. So I'm just going to do it for the two parts and we'll move over to the next brush. I said that you can use your lash and spoolie brush to remove excess mascara from your eyes. So you know the way you apply your mascara, you start having like some clumps or some lump of mascara on your eyebrows, on your eyelashes. You can use your spoolie brush to take after your mascara has dried. After applying your mascara and it has dried, you can use your spoolie brush to like spoon it out, just gently spoon it out and remove all those excess ones that look like they are gathering together and forming a group. So the next brush we are going to be looking at is our contour brush. So contouring is a very important aspect of makeup. As much as highlighting is very important, contouring is also very important. If you want your face to appear slim, to appear chiseled, to appear tiny and more defined, don't miss contouring. Except of course you don't want to include that in your makeup or in that particular makeup. And how do you know your contour brush? Your contour brush is usually angled. It's usually angled, and by angled I mean it's usually slanted and it is full and fluffy, because that way it makes it easy for you to apply the product over your contour areas. And usually your contour area is usually underneath your blush. So while your blush is on the ample of your chin, while your blush is on the ample of your cheeks, your contour is usually underneath your blush, which is on your cheekbones. So we're going to be using this powder palette from Avour, and we're going to be using the lighter shade of contour there, and we're just going to put that on. We're just going to use that to contour my whole face, and let's see how to apply this. Let's see how to use it. So we just gently tap on that powder. That's the lighter shade of contour. Just gently tap on it and going with it to your face. I'm actually feeling my eyeshadow though. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling it. So you want to apply your contour on your cheekbones here. So if as a beginner, if you don't know where or how to start with contouring your face, you can simply do this by pouting your lip, by putting your mouth in a pout, just like I'm doing here. You can just do that and simply tap. You can just do that and simply tap in your contour on the line. Just do it like towards your mouth and your head area. You can see how defined it's looking already. It just makes it easy. If you don't know how to locate your contour area, you can do this and you just make it really easy for you. Follow that line that comes with your mouth when you pout. Just follow it and tap your contour in like that. And you see that it begin to form. It just gives your face this certain transformation and definition. I'll spread the contour to the top of my head. I'll spread the contour to the top of my head, the corners of my face also, just so that to create that dark shadow look on my face. Because when you do this, it makes your highlights stand out more and therefore also making your makeup to pop. So you just want to tap your powder into the other corners of your face. Make sure you don't put this powder into the places you highlighted. Look at this. Just tap it around to give it like a shadow. Those dark areas is what is going to complement the highlighted part for your makeup to look really nice. So you just want to like take in the powder and tapping on all those areas of your face, the sides of your face, and you can also go into your cheekbones. You can also go into your chin area. You can also go into your chin area. By doing this, it also makes your face look darker in those area and makes the highlighted areas of your face to pop too. So just going with to your cheekbones and apply that. If you want also, you can go with, for this particular part of your face, you can go with another darker shade of contour. I like to do that if I want that area to vanish, especially if you're like me and you have like double sheen underneath your face. You don't want people noticing that part. You can go with a darker shade of color or contour in that area so that it will really like hide those parts of it. So like I said, I'm going into the corners of my face, my forehead, my ear area. I'm reapplying my blush again because it's really not there anymore. So I'm just going to take my blush brush once again and apply my blush so that I'll have that on my face once more. See how it's already coming out. I'll just do that on the two parts so that my face will have more of that blushed shakes. Yes, as you can see. At this point, we're almost done with the makeup, and so far so good. It's been going well. So I'm using my blush brush once again. Remember, I also said you can use your blush brush as a powder brush, and I'm using it to take my powder highlight to touch up those areas where I highlighted. So whenever you apply cream on your face, like concealer cream or foundation, it's good to go in with a powder because so that your makeup doesn't break or start looking oily and so just using a powder makes it look matte and it makes it last longer. So I'm applying a powder with my blush brush on those areas where I already highlighted. You see how my makeup is coming out differently. It's looking more clean than before. If you take this video back, you see that there's a difference between now and how it was before now. So I'm just going to apply it on those areas I highlighted so that it will come out more and try as much as possible to make my blush look finished. You don't want the blush looking too shouty. Yeah, so I'm going to apply this underneath my nose and those areas that I need highlighting. See how it looks. It's basically formed already. For a more thinner face, it's also recommended that you apply your powder underneath your contour. You can see what I'm doing right here. It just makes your face, it just makes it stand out, if that's the word to use. So you take that same powder you're using to highlight your face to highlight underneath of your contour. Like immediately after your contour, just put the powder down there as you can see, and you can use your ear as a reference to get this right. Just take it from your ear down to your chin. It will make your contour look defined and to also make your face look defined. As you can see here, you see how the contour is just standing on its own. It gives that appearance of a thin face or a skeletal look. So we're looking at the flat eyeliner brush. This brush is used for drawing your eyeliners. So especially as a beginner, if you're not used to using the liquid eyeliner, this one is very good to start with the brush and a gel. It just makes it very easy for you to get acquainted to the whole thing and makes it easy for you to not make corrections also. So this is what the eyeliner brush looks like. It is angled and very flat. Very flat and solid. It's not fluffy. It's very tiny and very flat and it's angled. This is so that you can easily apply or you can easily get the brush into those areas of your eyes that needs the eyeliner. So I'm using this eyeliner from, I've forgotten the name of this brand, but they are very good, and I'm just going to take it and go over my eyeliners with it. And we're trying to create a winged eyeliner because of the pattern of eyeshadow I have on. So this is how I'm going to draw it. You want to close your eyes and start from that place where your eyeshadow is like having a line, and just gently draw this into your eyes. You want to make sure your brush is like shaped like the part that is angled, that is pointing, like it's pointing downward. That's the part you want to use to draw the eyeliner into your eyes. It just makes it easier that way. So you want to do this with your eyes closed or semi-closed so that you can easily see what you're doing. Look how defined that is. Now, if you start this from the part where your eyeshadow started, it just makes it easy for you to draw the line, just like so. So just draw this and draw it into your eyes. When you draw it halfway to your eyes, you can go in from the inside of your eyes to complete it, to meet at the other end. You stop that just like I'm doing here, because actually you cannot really go from that other end to the other end. So you just want to do it halfway. So you want them to meet each other halfway. Yeah, like that. And you see how defined and angled it is. You see how defined and shaped it is. You see? very clean. And just because this eyeliner is a solid eyeliner, it's not liquid, it won't spread. And you have to make sure you are using a good eyeliner. That way, as you're applying it, it's drying up. Because if you use an eyeliner that's not good and you close your eyes, it can as well like just stain the rest of your makeup. So you have to make sure your eyeliner is a good one. You can see how I've drawn this very super easy, very easy to use. So if you are not conversant with liquid eyeliner, if you don't know how to do liquid eyeliner, I suggest you go for solid one and you use your flat eyeliner brush to achieve the look. It's easier that way. See? So I'm gonna go in and do the same for the other eye because you want it to be equal, of course. See how clean this one looks. So I'll just finish up the other side and move to the next brush. So the next brush is the pencil brush. You know those soft smoky eyeshadow look under the eyes. This is the brush that helps you to achieve that kind of look. It is shaped like a pencil and it basically does a better job when it comes to blending out. And you can also use it to apply eyeliners. You know that those areas inside of your nose. You can use this pencil brush to apply glitter eyeshadow in those areas. This pencil brush is good because it is tiny and it is precise in doing those things and in blending out eyeshadow under the eyes. Another thing is different brands have different ways they make their brushes. As much as sometimes they come the same, different brands also comes in different shape. Like this my pencil brush, different from some other pencil brush you might see. So I'm just going to put a picture of a pencil brush on the screen so that you see what other types also look like. Lip brush is used mostly for underlining or overlining your lips. So let's say you forget your lip liners at home or your lip pencil at home, but you have your complete set of brush. You can use this brush to go ahead and do the same work as your lip lining pencil. So it's very good and it just makes it very easy for you to underline and overline because you are in control of the whole thing. You are not going to be if unlike when you are using your lipstick or your wand lipstick, you can easily make mistakes. And with the lip brush, it makes it easy for you to apply those your lipstick without mistakes, without making any mistake. Or I'll just say it makes it easy for you to do it perfectly. And you can use this lip brush for any kind of lipstick. You can use it for stick lipstick. You can use it for matte lipstick. You can use it for any kind of lipstick, even your lip glosses, and it will do the work for you. You can also use this lip brush as a concealer brush the same way you can also use your concealer brush as a lip brush. So I'm just lining my lips here. As you can see, it's forming very well. I'm not going overboard. So the goal for me in this video is to overline my lips. When you hear overlining, it means making your lips look big. That means you're passing the line of your mouth to line your lips, and this will give your lips a fuller lip. Or if you hear underlining your lips, it means you want to make your lip look smaller. That means you are lining your lips from the line of your lips just to give you that illusion of a smaller mouth. So I'm overlining the top and the bottom of my lips here. And because of my makeup, I'm going to go in with a nude lip and let's see how it forms up. You can see that my makeup is forming already. I didn't even know it was going to look this good because it's looking good at this point. It's looking so good. And we're almost done with the makeup. This is our 11th brush. So we're almost done. You can see it's forming, the eye is given, the eyebrow is given. So I just really hope at the end of this video you are able to tell your brushes and you are able to use them. It won't happen at once, definitely, but you have to keep practicing because definitely you get it. It all started somewhere, okay? So if you've been enjoying this video so far, please drop me a subscribe, like this video, and drop me a comment and tell me what you're thinking of this look so far. Now I'm going in with a nude color and I'm applying that in the middle of my lip and blending it in with my brush. Also, you can tap it together, like smudge it together to even it out and go ahead with your pencil to apply more product or keep blending till it fits. I'm gonna go in with my concealer brush too and a bit of concealer to conceal those areas of my lip that may seem like it's having a little bit of excess. So this is to make my lip look more defined. As you can see, it's already defined because I used a lip brush, of course, so it's easier to draw and actually get the shape of your lip. But I just want to create more definition, like this side of the mouth. so that it can look more defined and clean. Yeah. So I'm going in with my concealer brush and some concealer, and I'm going to correct those areas that I feel like have excess on them. This one is the powder brush. It has a pointed, like a sharp mouth on the tip. It is very fluffy and full, almost like a contour brush, but the only difference is this one has a sharper mouth, like a pointed mouth. So I already applied powder with my blush brush earlier, but since we're almost done with the makeup, this is just a finishing look. I'm going to use my powder brush to finish up this look. And this particular brush is for the highlighted areas. Mini contour brush. This one, just as we have the big contour brush for contouring our cheekbones and the rest of our face, this mini contour brush is for the nose bridge. So just to make your highlighter on that particular area stand out and look defined. So I'm going in with my mini contour brush and I'm contouring my nose. So the major part of the nose to contour here is like the side of your nose on both sides. By doing this, your highlighter that you have in the middle is going to stand out and it's going to make your nose appear pointed and long. And this also depends on the way you apply your contour. The way you apply your contour matters. If you apply your contour bent, your nose is going to look bent. This is another type of powder brush. So this my set came with two powder brushes. The first one I showed had a pointed tip, which I said I mainly use for powdering my highlight, and this one is round. It's just round generally, and I use it for overall powdering. I just use it to finish up my makeup, to remove any harsh lines, any harshness on my makeup with my powder, with my compact powder, or and I just use it to basically blend out my makeup. I use this one for blending out basically the last part of my makeup, last thing I do. Shaped like a fan. This brush is used for applying your highlighter. As you can see, it's shaped like a fan. This one is very easy to detect. It's not even hard. This is used for applying your highlighter. People don't really use highlighters these days in 2023. I barely see it, but just for the sake of this video, so you know what this particular brush is for, I'm using this particular highlighter set and I'm using that shade on my makeup. I'm just going to apply a small amount on my cheekbones. So that area where you applied your blush, you just want to like apply a bit of this highlighter on there just to give it a bit of a glow. And as you can see, it kind of transformed the makeup a little bit. It's having a certain shine to it and warmth. I think warmth is the word. It's having a certain kind of warmth to it. So if highlighter is something you fancy, this is the brush you use in setting that in. You can also use that to apply a tiny amount on the tip of your nose. It will kind of make your nose seem like it's pointed at the tip. So that's what I'm doing here. And you can also go in and apply it on the tip of your eyebrow and maybe your chin or your lip area too, like we used to do it before in 2020. So for the nose, it's going to give like a pointed look, and it just has adds a certain kind of look to your makeup though. I don't really fancy it, and if I try do it, I do very little. This is the complete look. I hope you like it. Given the fact that we didn't start with the basic like foundation, concealer, and all that, we were just doing it randomly. I think I did really good. So I hope with this video though, I was able to explain to you what your brushes are used for. There are different kind of brushes and different kind of sets out there. They even have the professional set brushes that they name M something, P something, Z something, and all that. There are different types. But you see this particular brush set that comes in 12, 16. Those are the basics any beginner needs. And if you are able to master these brushes, save this video so that you can always come back to it later and master the brushes. Once you're able to master these brushes, you can literally do anything with them, with any brush you are given. Okay, so these are the basics I just gave you, and I hope I was really able to explain them to very well for you, and I hope I was able to demonstrate it also to you as best as I can. And I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, please drop me a subscribe, okay, and I would like to see you again in my next video. Okay, so drop me a subscribe, drop me a like, a comment, and probably share this video with your friends that might need this. and rate my makeup in the comment section over 10. Okay, so for me, I'm gonna give myself a solid 9 for this makeup because I totally killed it. Okay, I totally killed it. So tell me what you think of this makeup in the comment section. Tell me, score me what you think there. Please like, please subscribe, and please share. And I'll see you in my next video. Okay, bye.